A city that defied time, rising from the ancient plains of Mesopotamia. Its true strength wasn't etched in towering golden structures, but whispered through forgotten texts, holding secrets that promised unimaginable power. Babylon, a name that conjures images of a metropolis challenging the heavens, overflowing with opulence. Yet its most profound treasures weren't visible to the eye. They were the forbidden mysteries concealed within its very soul. Then an event unfolded that would forever alter its destiny. Two enigmatic beings descended upon Babylon, bestowing upon humanity a knowledge so profound, so dangerous, it threatened to unravel the very fabric of reality. As this arcane wisdom took root and flourished, the city, once a shining legend between two mighty rivers, found itself ensnared in a web of dark, perilous enchantments. Was Babylon merely the cradle of astronomy and mathematics, or was a far more perilous secret murmured into the ears of its inhabitants? The Quran in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 102 hints at a mysterious chapter in Babylon's saga. It speaks of two entities, Harut and Marut, said to have taught people a potent, double-edged form of power. These weren't ordinary teachers. They were said to possess a cursed gift, knowledge that could tear apart the very bonds of society. Why would such powerful beings impart forbidden wisdom? Was it to propel Babylon to unimaginable heights of science and luxury, or was there a far darker purpose at play? As the night sky above Babylon shimmered with countless stars, a different kind of darkness began to spread through its streets. Whispers, insidious and persistent, started to circulate among the populace. These were not the hushed tones of scholars debating cosmic truths, but the insidious murmurs of devils, eager to sow discord and cast shadows upon the glorious kingdom of Prophet Suleiman. Strange incantations, ancient and chilling, echoed through the darkened alleys. The very stars seemed to lean in, listening to the secretive prayers of ancient priests as incense offered to unseen forces curled its way into the heavens. This wasn't mere worship, it was the ancient, systematized art of manipulating the unseen. Babylon, already legendary for its architectural marvels, was solidifying its reputation as a nexus of supernatural knowledge, a civilization that meticulously cataloged and weaponized the arcane. The beings mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 102, Harut and Marut, arrived in Babylon with a profound and unsettling mission. They descended from the heavens not as conquerors, but as a dire prophecy made manifest, a warning before a storm. Their purpose wasn't to establish an empire or to rule a nation. Instead, they delivered a chilling message. We are but a test, a trial, do not deny. What they offered was not material wealth or conventional weapons. They offered knowledge, yes, but it was a wisdom that cast a long, dark shadow. The Quran refers to it as shur, a form of power that could fracture homes and sunder hearts. Harut and Marut didn't teach these secrets as a benign lesson. They delivered a stark caution, repeating the same ominous words to all who sought their counsel. We are only a trial, do not deny. Yet the people of Babylon, driven by an insatiable hunger to control supernatural forces, to twist their destinies, and to unveil what remained hidden, ignored the warnings. They reached for the forbidden fruit. Why were these two angels, these enigmatic figures, so powerful? Why did they offer the very key that unlocked the door to such forbidden knowledge? Accounts suggest Harut and Marut possessed more than just a mastery of magic. They were said to hold the keys to secret names, to command communication with spirits, and to understand the profound mysteries embedded within the stars themselves. Some believed them to be beings carrying divine understanding, capable of deciphering the universe's deepest workings, and even shaping both physical matter and the ethereal soul. But this vast, untamed knowledge proved too great a burden for humanity to bear. As these insidious teachings permeated the very air of Babylon, whispers escalated into desperate cries. This secret, the one that shattered marriages and stole inner peace, carved a deep chasm between people. Some were irresistibly drawn to its allure, while others recoiled in horror. Harut and Marut remained silent observers, as if they had simply drawn back a curtain, leaving humanity to perform its own tragic play on the stage of destiny. Could words truly be mere arrangements of letters, or were they, as the Babylonian sorcerers believed, the fundamental codes that structured the universe itself? This power came at a devastating cost. Knowledge is power, but not all knowledge is sacred. Some, when unleashed upon humanity, paves the path to utter desolation. The formulas imparted by Harut and Marut were not benign symbols. They were forbidden incantations, capable of twisting a person's fate, connecting them to unseen, dark dimensions and malevolent entities. These entities, often appearing benevolent, demanded a terrifying price, the surrender of one's morality and faith. The towering ziggurats of Mesopotamia, once seen as staircases to the heavens, became conduits for voices from unseen realms. The magic of Babylon wasn't confined to individual gain, it was wielded to determine the fate of kings and empires. Special spells were recited to ensure victory in war, ominous prayers were whispered to curse rival cities, incantations were used to commune with mysterious beings. But these were no harmless parlor tricks, these spells were a dangerous bargain, irrevocably altering those who dared to wield them. The markets of Babylon, once vibrant with life under the fiery sun, encountered a stillness with the arrival of Harut and Marut. They were silent, yet their eyes seemed to promise something profound. A potter in the square might have wondered what they were selling, but on their makeshift table there was no clay, no pots, only one thing, a secret. This secret, this magic they brought, draped itself over Babylon like an invisible shroud. It didn't burn like fire nor cool like water, but it transformed everything it touched. The Quran makes it clear, Harut and Marut taught magic, but people abused this knowledge. They never imparted it without first declaring, "We are only a test, do not deny." Yet, people refused to heed this urgent warning. The power was seized, sometimes for ruthless battles for the throne, sometimes for base personal ambitions. Hadiths describe engaging in magic as a grave offense, darkening the soul and leading to profound ruin. History itself seems to echo this warning. The very downfall of Babylon is often linked to the rampant spread of these forbidden arts. Ancient Egypt saw its pharaohs reportedly employing similar forces to consolidate their power. The Middle Ages witnessed countless accusations of witchcraft, leading to the brutal tribunals of the Inquisition, all stemming from perceived access to forbidden knowledge. Even within the enigmatic practices of the Kabbalah, there are whispers of dark, mysterious spells. Some believe these ancient incantations are directly connected to those imparted during the time of Harut and Marut, dangerous forces possibly still at work today, subtly influencing people to remain silent in the face of injustice or to become cruel in pursuit of personal gain. History unveils one stark truth: it is not the knowledge itself that dictates destiny, but how it is wielded. Were these two strangers the final custodians of an ancient, forgotten legacy? Consider the clay tablets held by the magicians of Babylon, inscribed with their arcane formulas. Today we hold tablet computers in our hands, filled with codes and algorithms. Among the teachings attributed to Harut and Marut were the profound powers of the mind and the will. Today, psychologists meticulously study the boundless power of the subconscious. Hypnosis, suggestion, and the burgeoning field of neuroscience all operate on principles remarkably similar to those ancient magical techniques. In bygone eras, sorcerers utilized elaborate rituals and chanted prayers to sway human minds. Today, our thoughts are subtly guided through subliminal messages, advanced hypnosis, and neuro-linguistic programming techniques. Could it be that modern magic is intricately woven into the very fabric of the messages we consume daily from television screens, social media feeds, and pervasive advertisements? Even now, some societies continue to embrace ancient rituals and what they call magic. Hollywood cinema frequently explores themes of the occult and supernatural. Esoteric groups continue to draw inspiration from ancient wisdom. Has what we once called magic truly vanished into the mists of time, or has it merely transformed, taking on a new, insidious guise in our interconnected modern world? To find its traces today, we don't need a magician's wand or dusty, archaic rituals, because now, magic is hidden in our screens, in advertisements, in films, and buried deep within the algorithms that shape our digital lives. Throughout history, potent knowledge, particularly that of a magical or esoteric nature, was jealously guarded by a select few. These guardians, often organized into secret societies and esoteric schools, think Freemasonry, the Rosicrucians, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, are rumored to have carried ancient Babylonian teachings into our contemporary world. The symbols we frequently encounter in Hollywood blockbusters, for instance, films depicting clandestine groups manipulating global events, are they merely fiction? Or are they a subtle, almost imperceptible way to acclimate us to ideas of magic and esoteric power, making the unimaginable seem ordinary? Dismissing everything as a conspiracy often blinds us to the genuine forces at play. Modern magicians no longer appear in cloaked figures or as cackling witches. Could they now be the architects who control our digital realms, the unseen hands guiding financial markets, or those with unparalleled access to the vast ocean of information? Ancient sorcerers swayed minds using carefully chosen words. Today, advertisements, popular songs, and cinematic narratives exert the same profound influence. The lyrics of a song can embed themselves in our consciousness without our conscious awareness. A fleeting image, barely registered in the background of a commercial, can fundamentally alter our perception. Disney and Hollywood films are notorious for embedding hidden images that flash for mere seconds, too quickly for direct perception, yet impactful. Subliminal advertising techniques can compel us to desire products without understanding the true genesis of that desire. Subconscious messages can evoke raw emotions, fear, anxiety, comfort, without a clear trigger. Are these simply clever marketing ploys, or are they the unsettling new face of magic in our contemporary world? The ancient sorcerers of Babylon meticulously sought to comprehend the human soul and predict destiny. Today, artificial intelligence and the immense power of big data are arguably performing the same task. Algorithms can now analyze vast swathes of information, seemingly discerning human thought patterns. The teachings of Harut and Marut included spells designed to influence and guide individuals. Today, sophisticated AI can predict human behavior with startling accuracy and even subtly guide it. What appears on our social media feeds? Are we truly making an independent choice, or is an unseen force, an algorithm, steering our perceptions? Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, every second we spend viewing a post is meticulously measured, analyzed. Are the suggested contents genuinely chosen for our benefit, or is someone else dictating what we should think, what we should believe? In the past, magicians wielded words and symbols to influence. Today, data science strives to understand and subtly manipulate the human mind. Magic is no longer confined to incantations or ancient rituals. Could it now be operating through messages carefully planted in our subconscious, through the intricate workings of algorithms and the relentless analysis of data? Have the forbidden secrets of Babylon merely taken on a terrifyingly new form in our modern world? The true chilling question is, are we consuming this knowledge without ever truly realizing its profound impact? Are we aware that our society is transforming, slowly but irrevocably, as if under an unseen enchantment? Sometimes it takes centuries for a society to undergo significant change, but in just the last few years, our collective values seem to have vanished, as if effortlessly erased by some insidious spell. People have forgotten what they once held sacred. Families are fracturing at an alarming rate. Friendships once cherished are dissolving. Kindness and loyalty, once cornerstones of human interaction, are fading like old photographs. And perhaps the most unsettling aspect of all, no one seems to truly understand why this is happening so rapidly. In the past, children were diligently taught moral principles, the distinction between right and wrong. Today, they are often told, to succeed, you must win at any cost. Once a sense of shame would accompany wrongdoing. Now the one who dares to expose the mistake is often blamed, vilified. Before, when someone cried for help, people would rush to their aid. Now countless individuals simply watch, their phone cameras recording, but their hands remaining firmly in their pockets, unwilling to offer genuine assistance. What shifted so dramatically? How did this profound transformation occur with such dizzying speed? Is it solely the relentless march of technology that has reshaped us? Or has something or someone molded us into something else entirely? Are we right now living within the confines of a powerful spell, entirely unaware of its grasp? Do the things we consume, the media we absorb, contain more than we consciously perceive? Television shows that normalize conflict and hatred, movies that casually dismiss fundamental moral values, narratives that preach that true strength lies in cruelty and vengeful acts, once our heroes embodied honesty, integrity, and profound goodness. Today, our celebrated figures are often depicted as cruel, vengeful, and shrouded in darkness. Is it conceivable that the world being presented to us is a carefully designed illusion, meticulously crafted to fundamentally alter who we are? Just like the ancient sorcerers, is an unseen force causing us to forget our core values, transforming us into different people entirely. A person's inherent sense of right and wrong is forged from childhood, reinforced by what they see and experience daily. But if that constant visual and narrative input shifts, if the stories they consume glorify the opposite of what was once held dear, their very values will inevitably morph. Once we were taught, do not do unto others what you would not have done to you. Now the prevailing message often seems to be, seize every advantage you can no matter the cost. Once, respect your elders was an immutable rule. Now, living without any rules at all is often celebrated as the ultimate freedom. Is it merely the algorithms, the pervasive media that have orchestrated this profound shift? Or have we, in our passive consumption, willingly surrendered our values, abandoning them with our own hands? One generation is enough to irrevocably alter the course of a society, but critically, one generation is also enough to guide it back, to steer it firmly in the right direction. Today, if we turn our hearts and our faces wholeheartedly towards the divine, if we truly return to our Creator, we possess the inherent power to reclaim our lost human values. We can once again become the soul that was created to be a representative of something greater on earth, the being our Creator valued above all else. Friendship, loyalty, justice, love, these profound virtues can only be truly understood and authentically lived through a connection to divine love. For whoever loses that sacred love, what have they genuinely gained in this world? And whoever finds it, what could they possibly truly lose? If you found this exploration thought-provoking, please consider subscribing to our channel for more deep dives into the hidden forces that shape our world. See you in the next video.